Today is October 20th, 2025, and Hyundai just released their first major infotainment update for the year. You're probably thinking, the first update of the year in October? Yeah, pretty bad. Several weeks ago, I put out a video saying it was going to come in the next few weeks, and here we are now. These updates are available for all Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, and Kona Electric in the US. Now, assuming you still have an active BlueLink subscription, those of you with older Ioniq 5s may not, you're going to be able to wait for this to come over the air. The car will download it, it'll prompt you to install it on the car, and that's all you have to do. But for those of us who don't like to wait, you can go to update.hyundai.com and download the updates manually through their navigation updater software. You put it on a thumb drive, plug it in. They have a nice instruction sheet that shows you exactly how to do it. If you own a Genesis GV60 or electrified GV70 or G80, your files are also available today. Kia owners, there is nothing available to download yet from update.kia.com. It does sound like, however, though, that some people have started to receive the over-the-air update. So I would imagine Kia's manual downloads are going to be available soon as well. Those of you up in Canada, I've heard that there was nothing available yet for you guys. So you're just gonna have to be a little bit more patient, but I do expect them to be available for you at some point in the near future. So let's start with the good news if you have a 2025 Ioniq 5. You guys may remember earlier this spring, I put out a video showing a unreleased version of CCNC that I got my hands on, which had improved route planning, which would allow you to set from 10 to 25% your state of charge when you arrive at a DC fast charger, as well as the final destination. In regard to arriving at DC fast chargers, the limit was basically around 20%, but now you can go down to 10%, which is the way I like to road trip. I like to get to chargers at around 10% or even a little bit less. So this is a massive improvement to route planning for the 2025 Ioniq 5. 2026 Ioniq 9 already has this from the factory, and 2025 Ioniq 5s in Europe and Korea have already had this feature for months now. So super excited that it's finally here in the US and hopefully Canada soon. Unfortunately, we're not seeing any of the other EV menu items that we saw in the Ioniq 9. I did a video about that. There's a screen that when you do plug into DC fast charge, it'll show you what the charger is putting out and what the car is requesting and such. That is not here. There is no battery health menu, which I kind of assumed wasn't going to come because if you're not buying a brand new car with that feature already from day one, there's probably no easy way for them to implement it, so that's not there either. But hey, I will take this improved route planning any day. None of this is mentioned in the changelog, so if you don't know what you're looking for with this update, you're going to be completely clueless. So Hyundai, that is a huge miss because this is something you should be bragging about. Why isn't it in the changelog? Now, the two items that are in the changelog is a change to use voice recognition to call back or redial, whoop-de-doo. And the media screen has been improved. A media widget has been added. You can go to the media home screen by pressing the media widget during audio or video playback. To go back to the media home screen when using an audio app, press the media home icon, which is the icon always displayed on the far left of the tab at the bottom of the screen. Some of you might be excited about this, but when I'm in my car, I live in Apple CarPlay. I'm not using the built-in media player at all, so I could care less. So this is mostly good news for 2025 Ioniq 5 owners. Now let's hop over the fence and see where the grass isn't so green. So this morning I downloaded the Gen 5W update for my 2024 Ioniq 6, and I gotta say I am very disappointed. The only customer-facing change is that Tesla superchargers are now in the route planning filtering system. That's it. Nothing else. Now, some of you might be super excited about that. I personally don't care because I'm never using a Tesla supercharger with my Ioniq 6 because that car tops out at 97 kilowatts, and that is just too slow for me. I will go out of my way to find any charger that's faster. And of course, this isn't in the changelog either. So I saw that and I just kind of went around the rest of the menu system to see if there were any changes, and nothing. So those of you who were hoping maybe Hyundai finally listened and would give us a manual battery conditioning button like in the 2025 Ioniq 5 and the new Ioniq 9, you're just out of luck. Did they bring these improved route planning options to the older cars? Of course not. Why would they? In fact, they still left one of the most heinous bugs in the system that actually causes people a lot of headaches. Right now you can see battery conditioning mode is off, which means if I were to plan a route for a road trip, it would not automatically start warming the battery since it is on the cooler side now, going into winter. So let's go ahead and turn that on. You can see checked on. And let's go into the BlueLink app. Now, say I'm sitting in my home and I want to change my AC charging limit. Let's push it up to 80% and we'll hit apply. And we'll see if this happens in real time. Still loading. Yep. Battery conditioning mode just turned off. So now if I forget to get in the car and turn it back on for a road trip, I'm going to get to that first DC fast charger and get painfully slow charging speeds. So thanks Hyundai for ignoring this one for the past 2 years. Absolutely ridiculous. At this point, Hyundai seems to consider it a feature, not a bug. Honestly, at this point, guys, I think Hyundai is not going to do anything with Gen 5W going forward. They just don't seem interested in supporting it very much anymore. That isn't to say that they aren't actually doing anything behind the scenes. We know that based on that document I shared for service technicians in a video I put out a few weeks ago. All sorts of things going on back there. I'm not a computer scientist. I don't know what any of this means, but some people did comment on that video and said, yeah, a lot of this stuff sounds good from a software point of view. But it's not something the customer is ever going to see. And if I didn't share it in this video, they would never have any idea to begin with. So as much as I want to see you guys get improved route planning and the ability to battery condition down to 8-9% instead of 19% like it currently is, a manual battery conditioning button, I just don't think any of this stuff is ever going to come. I hope Hyundai proves me wrong, but I'm just not even going to keep my fingers crossed for it anymore. I hope down in the comments section, you guys who own older Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 will let Hyundai know how mad you are that they're kind of gatekeeping these new features that should be easily implemented in the older cars to only their newer cars. I personally think it's ridiculous. Now, Hyundai usually does 2 software updates a year, so even though we had to wait till October to get one, maybe there's something coming between now and the end of December, but I am not going to hold out hope for that to happen. But yeah, that is about it for this video on the software updates. If you got a 2025 Ioniq 5, thumbs up. If you've got a 2024 or older Ioniq 5, thumbs down. So please, guys, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Let Hyundai know because they watch these comment sections. They want to see what you guys are saying. Sometimes it takes a bit of a pressure campaign to get them to move. So if that's what you guys want to do down in the comment section, by all means, go for it. But as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.